Hello, hello, hello! This is Souls44 and welcome back to another Family Playday adventure. I am playing with the Direwolf 20 Feed the Beast mod pack, and I'm trying not to be too loud. It was a long night for the kids last night, so it looks like they're going to be sleeping in. I just wanted to go through and do a little update on the challenge I was given by my daughters to create a food dispenser, kind of like a vending machine. So, rough idea I had was to use the various channels on item conduits and some redstone conduits with some buttons to create a basic system, and I wanted to show that to everybody. I know my basement's still really ugly. I had to do a little bit more upgrading to it. I will be repairing my wall soon, but the vending machines are constantly filling up until they fill their chests up. So there's a stack of every item I need to put in it. So I had to create more fluid transposers and photogenic insulators. Actually, it was 3 of them so far, plus 2 fluid transposers just to handle all the crafting. But they're not running all the time, so I'm really waiting on. I've got milk. I ended up with 3 cows in a jar, or did I do 4? I think I did 4. 3 or 4 cows in a jar just so I could have enough milk. Turns out most of the recipes that I wanted to make were with milk anyway. I didn't really do any recipes with Pam's Harvest Craft like heavy, just because we don't have a garden. So I think today, after I cut this video up, I'm going to work on doing a small garden with some auto harvesting and some importing into the grid, just so that I always have it. If you wonder why I'm running around my basement, it's because I'm trying to level up. I get experience for running there on the left. It says 24, and I'm trying to work there, if you can see it, work my way up to where I can go out to here. I'm getting these right here. These are increasing my life, and then after that I'll probably come over here because I want to increase the experience I get. I think there's a node like this. Yeah, there's one like that every piece, but I'm going to go all the way out. So first thing I did was go here and gain my, for traveling the world, and I went looped around and I came into the center, then I did all 5. So now I get experience for everything, but it seems the easiest is for me to just run around. This is my travel anchor. It's attached to this travel anchor here, which will take me to my reactor, and then that's within reach of the Astral Sorcery temple. I'm not going to do that right now. So let's take a look at my vending machine. It's ugly because I haven't made it pretty, but the idea was I just make these. I didn't have really big use for silver, so I realized, you know what, let's make it into sheet metal. And the same thing goes for lead. I didn't have a lot of use for it. After talking with the kids last night, they just said, these sheep, oh my gosh, you know, I have sound mufflers, and yet, be quiet. Alright, so they decided that it was okay for me to build this vending machine all the way over to the edge. So far what we have here is cheesecake, some popcorn, a creeper cookie, pumpkin muffins, taffy, nachos, cookies and milk. Yeah, grilled cheese. So, I don't know. They were pretty easy to make with what I had available. I just cheesed out on it. I don't know what to say. Milk and bread is pretty much easy to do, so I just went ahead and did that. So down below, there's a lot of complicated machinery going on down here, so let's get into it. These are all exporters. Each exporter has a crafting upgrade for refined storage in it, and then you just tell it what you want to craft. You have to make sure you do the full recipe, be as accurate as possible. And then these have a stack of each item that is available. I then told it with these redstone conduits a different color. So I'm limited to only basically what the color is on these signals here. So this one's white. So what it does is when it receives a white signal, it will turn on the the item transfer. See, so this one receives white. It then turns on, and then it extracts. Now I had to put downgrades in every one of them because it was actually extracting too many. It's almost like a broken vending machine at one point. As you notice, it is getting kind of full down here. I will have room for, looks like 1, 2, maybe 3 or 4 more. But all of them are connected the same way. I chose Ender IO's conduits because they stack and they make it so it's a lot easier for it to all fit. Yeah, I didn't think it would work. These tiny chests or these mini chests are really great. Anyway, they don't stack, pardon me, they don't stack together and make dual chests, so that's a very big advantage. The conveyor belt's really simple. It's a immersive engineering conveyor belt. I wanted the glass to be darker, but I mean, I had some in the inventory I already had made for the mob farm and whatnot, so I just went ahead and put it like that. And it kind of reminds me of a vending machine. It would be really cool if I could figure out a way to make it so that you can see it lift up and then go in and then drop down. Unfortunately, that's just not going to do it for me. I may make that happen. I just thought of a way of making it do more, using more conveyor belts. So that might be actually kind of fun to have it come around a corner and then come out. I don't know, kind of like it's being made inside the machine. I don't know, something to that effect. That really wouldn't take too much. Anyway, so let's check it out. Obviously the cheesecake works, but it's going to put a cheesecake that's floating in your hand. You then will have to put it down and eat it right then and there. So that's the bummer about this idea. I might take cheesecake out of the mix just because I don't like, it's not a hand food. You know what I mean? You have to place it in the world, and that's not something I want to deal with as a snack. That's not a vending item. So popcorn. Boom. Now you can see that I had 3 speed downgrades, and it dropped 2 popcorn. I'm thinking about taking some more of the speed upgrades out. I would like for it to drop more than 2 popcorn. Popcorn really doesn't have a whole lot of value, and it's super easy to make, and I got tons of it already made in the grid. So I mean, yeah, 864 popcorn, and there's plenty of corn in there to make more. So I'll probably have it drop a bunch more. Cookies, sometimes 1, sometimes 2. This time 2, just 1. Sweet. And I do want to avoid making any right now drop, but let's see if I can get the, what is this one, the pumpkin muffin. That one's pretty easy for the system to do. And as you can see, it drops down. I think it's a pretty successful. I don't know, you tell me. Like and subscribe, follow, whatever you want to do. Tell me how dumb it looks, whatever. But yeah, tell me if you think this is a successful vending machine. I haven't seen a vending machine other than putting armor on, things like that. I know the maker of Pam's Harvest Craft is super hardworking, and she's been doing a very large amount of work lately on 1.14, but I wanted to tell her thank you if she ever sees this. Ooh, pardon me, it's super early in the morning and my coffee is just not quite kicking in. But, and it's a little unprofessional of me, I apologize for that, but yeah, it's gonna happen. Because it's early in the morning, and I just I wanted to be doing this when I was a little quiet in the house and there wasn't a whole lot going on. So if you notice down here, this is something that I just found out happens if you put slimy water on the ground. This is going to come in handy. We're going to use this. I don't know who put this in here, but yeah, it's pretty neat. It's spreading. I don't know how far it goes, and I don't know if it affects the blocks below it. I don't know. But we're going to find out. We have a lot of sheep going. They're sorting them out. And yeah, it's coming along. There wasn't a whole lot of stuff done between episodes other than me creating a ton of crafts. This is the next thing to automate. Because I already have a steel automated downstairs, I don't need to do this anymore. The only difference is it doesn't give me slag. So I'm going to have to redo a couple of recipes, nothing major, on, I believe, clay. I heard a spider. And this poor chicken just stuck out here nowhere. I did increase the number of chickens I had as well. So it's getting dark, and I wanted to head over to not my reactor, my Astral Sorcery Temple. I wanted to see if this was doing what it was supposed to do. What am I doing here? All right, here we go. There. For whatever reason, it doesn't want to link. I don't know, maybe you can only link one. I'm going to have to create a whole nother ritual area anyway, because this one doesn't, as far as I know, it doesn't work here. It only works at the place that the ritual ritual anchor is located. Now you have to place this 5 blocks above this, and I don't know if you change this, if you have to redo these to kind of retell it what's going on. So that might be a thing. There's my ritual for right now. I wanted to look at some more of the constellations. I recently acquired, I think almost the last one. Yep, I think that's it. These, I don't think I have unlocked. I don't, but I did get their papers. Yeah, I didn't unlock them. I think Mineralis is the one I wanted to get. These have powers built into them. I mean, these are the faint ones. The faint ones, I think, are all the ones that are purple. Yeah, all the purple ones are faint. Or the lighter blue. I don't know whichever you want to call it. If you're colorblind or not, like I am, I feel like sometimes. They are secondary. You can add on to the bright constellations. So I'm looking for Mineralis, and I found it yesterday, and I didn't have the card for it. Oh, look at that. There's 2 constellations right there. So, not to look like a fool, which I'm about to, what you do is you hold shift once you find them, and then you just kind of like draw them in. This one, I believe, should be pretty easy. Is it like this? And then like that. No? See, that's why I'm saying I don't need to look like a fool. Let's take a look at the constellations again and see what ones those could be. Okay, I was confusing now with Valteria. My mistake. I would assume that one is then Gelu? Jelu? I would say Jelu. It's only 4, and that was only 4, so that's most likely it. So let's look down at this thing again. And oh, I am way wrong. I am way wrong. Well, let's do that again. That was 6. And it was 6. I did get that one. That one was a real not easy one for me to get. I don't know why. But if you look at this one says burning the candle at both ends may provide for more illumination, but it invites the following darkness all the faster. I don't know what that means. I don't know. Someone could tell me, or I'll go look it up. I'll probably go look it up. And that's what I wanted to do today, was extend an olive branch again to everybody, or an offering to everybody, really, of, hey, you know what? This one is it right here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, maybe that's boots. Is that how you say it? Boots. That's hilarious. It could be boots. I don't know how I can make boots from that. Wow, I am really twisted up on that one. You know what? I'm doing a really bad job. I haven't done a single constellation, and the night will be over, and then I'll just miss them all. Do I have any other ones? I get all distracted. So I wanted to... Oh, that one's Mineralis. So we know this one. I get distracted real easy. Not good for a streaming, I suppose. Which is why I'm doing it this way. What? Okay, let me try that again. I've had difficulty getting these dots to connect. Maybe I'm just not good at drawing within lines. I could have swore it was just like this. There it goes. I did. Okay, so we have Mineralis now. And once you unlock it, then you can look at it. But I wanted to tell everybody I've got the time to give you all a little bit of help on how to do certain mods. And I wanted to say that's what I'm here for. So if you need information on how to do certain things, I'll look it up. I'll look it up for you. I'll look it up for you. Did I get Alcara? Because Alcara might be... It's kind of hard to see it without seeing it. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to say that. So let's just make a Y and then a little V and then a tail, right? And try that. So let's try that. So Y. And you have your own way of doing it. I have my way of doing it. And a tail. All right. Oops. I did that wrong. I derp. And then a tail. And there it is. Okay, now this one. All right, let's not get too caught up in the direction too, because if just because it's facing the way it is, I could have swore there was one that was like this. I had this one before on my Project Ozone 3 run, and it was getting me. I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure that one out. Let's see. Constellation. I've already got all those. Horologium doesn't come out very often. See, Gelu is only 4. So maybe I am missing one. No, it's got to be boots. It has to be. So let's do this. It's got 6, so it could be it. Let's try it. I don't really know how it could be it. Oh, nope. Oh, I got lucky. There are so many of these that, see, that one's boots, right? Looks like a little crystal. I think it looks like a crystal. Ooh, there. See? How about that for not making a mistake on that one? Wow, Gelu is not it. So, what are you? What are you? Strange constellation, you. I'll probably go look it up. I don't think I'll be able to get it done in time tonight. Alright, got that one. That one's only 5. Huh. Maybe I just don't have it. It's possible. You know what? Let's go ahead and check something out. Turns out you can create constellation paper. If you go in here and you say constellation, it's const-e. Constellation, you can see all of them. I know it's kind of cheaty. Alteria? What is Alteria? It won't show you what it is, but, oh, and by the way, if you ever do that, make sure you don't stay with the first one that shows up. It'll just make you some more Decidia. You're going to have to go through and find the right one. Just a little hint from me to you. Yeah. And yeah, you'll have to go through one by one because you don't know exactly what it is. But what also is really interesting is that it shows kind of the stuff that you are going to be making it from to get this constellation paper. And there comes the sun. So it kind of gives you an idea of what kind of powers it's going to give you. Like Gelu or Gelu, gelatin. In my mind, it says cold, and it has snowballs and ice. Why it has quartz and feathers, I don't know, but the paper and this stuff here, these are standard pretty much because if you look, that's what it's writing with. So Alteria, wow, I think Alteria is gonna be great. It's expensive. It's got a diamond, a blaze rod, some leather, so it's pretty expensive. Let's take a look and see if we even have Alteria in our list. We're probably missing Alteria. No, we're not missing Alteria. I feel like a derp right there too. Drawing on your available resources can result in fueling increased focus. So it increases the range is what I'm guessing on things like this. So if I was to do Alteria down there, it would increase the range. And that would make sense for it being expensive. There's a range extender on killing mobs and preventing mobs and lighting up an area and speeding up machines, which speeding up machines sounds like a good time. Especially without another star. There's an acceleration wand, but I mean, it's passive. It just runs and runs and runs. This thing just keeps running. It doesn't quit. I mean, it's always going. So, and it doesn't cost anything. It's using the power of the stars. By the way, this thing is almost full during the daytime now. That's because I'm running these 2 celestial collector crystals. They are decent. They are not perfect, but I like the way they look. This one's got a little red tinge to it because of what it's attuned to, and that one's got a little bit of a blue tinge to it because of what it's attuned to. So I found that interesting. These lenses suck. Excuse me, but they do. So yeah, that's why I'm not getting 100% out of them. I didn't realize what I was doing when I was first getting this mod going, and yeah, it turned out to be you have to have really good cutting and really good purity on your crystals. Which, by the way, I need to pick these up. Right now, I'm just duping. So you can see this one's got 100% purity and only 58%. But as long as you keep duplicating them, eventually you're going to get yourself 100% purity. This is just a chest full of crystals. There, that's nothing special about that. And I ran out of liquid starlight right at the good time. So look at this one, 900. It's got a 100% purity, 49% cutting. I'm not 100% sure about the cutting. I don't know if cutting has to be. I don't know if it has to be anything for those. I know what purity and the size are important because the bigger they are, the more powerful they are, and the purity is more same thing, like how much it transmits. So if this was a little bit weaker, I'd replace it, but I don't really need to. I will be setting up some automation up here with some of the stuff up here. I want to, first of all, I want to get rid of all this. I don't even know how I ended up doing this. Crazy, right? So I was looking for rock crystals, and it turns out there was a rock crystal right below my Astral Sorcery temple. And not paying attention to what I'm doing, I destroyed a big old hole into the ground like a total derp. Yep. What, really? This island is starting to get a little bit annoying as well, so I'll probably shorten that down. Yeah, still going to work on doing the decorations. I spent all that time working on that vending machine. It wasn't easy for me. I know some people are like redstone masters and stuff, and then they can do builds like that in minutes, and that's not me. I'm not perfectly comfortable with it, but I did manage to make it through it. As you can tell, it works. I don't know. I thought it was pretty cool. I don't know. Maybe you don't. Let me know what you think. Tell me in the comments if you think it looks really stupid and doesn't work right, or you think it should work another way. I don't really know. My kids, they're really nice to me sometimes, and just the fact that I made it should be making them happy. But they're not going to tell me if I mean, they might tell me if it's really bad. I don't know. What's in here? So we're looking for the missing. We're missing the missing constellation. That's basically what this is about here. I've got Alcara now. Symbiotic resonance can greatly increase the power of a note. Slightest discordant of a note. Okay. Boots. Expose the spectrum of starlight. Animals close seem to relax and become fecund, but strangely ooze resources. Alright. I'm looking that up. Can't be any more vague than that. Alright. Mineralis. Use process. This is the one. Yes, this is the one right here that it's actually insane. If I remember right, this is the one that creates ores from stone. So if you imbue your mantle of the stars, not imbue, but attune it to Mineralis, and you're standing next to some stone, it changes into some form of ore. But it's even better, you can have it go from this ritual pedestal and move it, use the ritual anchor to a location where there's a chunk of stone, and you turn that chunk of stone into ores. You can set up a miner. I've seen it done where you just keep on pumping tons of starlight into it, which this would be probably way more than enough, and just have a miner just destroy it and gather up all those ores constantly and replace them with stone with a builder. So 2 builders, and that should provide you with plenty of ores forever and ever and ever. And the only thing that's going to cost you is the energy it takes to mine the ores. So that's pretty good. Well, mine and replace. Of course, you're going to have a setup like I do down there where you have infinite cobble being turned into regular stone and placing it. Yeah. So that's the process for that. I can talk processes all day. Building stuff on camera is a little bit fidgety. I tend to get a little bit cranky about certain things, and if I'm with my compatriots, Fixie and Kata, it's really difficult to build things while I'm on camera, just because they're usually wanting me to look at something or check something out or move somewhere or do something and get away from what I'm doing. Oh, whoops. Is that going to hurt anything? Probably not. It's not their fault. It's exactly what I want to do. It's just making building stuff on camera a little bit difficult. Now, if I ever do a video for anyone, I would be more than happy to do that as a standalone deal like I am doing right now. But at the moment, we've got some time away from school so that they can spend a little time playing with their pops on a landline at the house. So we're enjoying doing that, and I like having them around, and it's really fun. Alright, so I have this automated, kind of. If you go like this, there you go. It's just going to keep on pumping those out. Now, oh, I turned this off. The auto collector has to be blacklist. So then now it's going to collect them. It's going to send them to the chest. The chest is going to send them over there. The starlight will build up after a while. I don't know for sure how cost efficient this is. I know that this here has 12 buckets of liquid starlight in it, and so it keeps these little pools of fluid full. But I've seen it work where there's even one bucket missing out of this, so I don't know. And there might be one already. No? I don't know. I filled up that chalice all the way and then just turned it off, but yeah, we just leave it working. It's super easy to automate. Activate block with item, right click, and I just do random slot. What that'll do is allow it to touch both the resonating wand and the aquamarines. And what I did was, to get more aquamarines, I just made a shovel. I added luck to it by adding lapis to it using the Tinker's Construct mod. So every time I mine one single thing of aquamarine shale or whatever the heck it is, it's sand with little blue speckles. It gives me, I don't know, 8, sometimes up to, I think I got like 10 or 12 out of one block before. But that's with luck 3. Otherwise, you know, and that'll run over and over and over and over, filling up these right here. And you know, it does tend to gravitate towards the closest one, of course. So what I could do is change the priority on this to -. And then that should start inserting into another one. I haven't really done this yet. I just let it go. Make that priority 1. And then make this one priority 2. So then they should start receiving as they go, right? I don't know. I'm working on learning some of the basics on that. Otherwise, I just manually grab some and stick them in there. But I'm just going to leave it go because I don't really... Right? Put that as priority 1. Maybe they'll start showing up in the others. If not, I just... what I do is I just take the rock crystals and I put them in the other 2 and just fill it up. It doesn't really matter. At this point, I have plenty of crystals and plenty of liquid starlight. It's not an issue. Even when I get to automating, the automating will be done because it's going to use these collector crystals. That's all it really needs. I'll make a few more of these collector crystals. I'll make sure that they're 100% pure and at the largest size. I think this just looks kind of neat. Just a kind of a FYI, notice this thing is running out of fluid. What you can do, you know what? This one's ready to go. Oh, it got picked up. Oops. That's why I turned that off. So that's going to end up somewhere, and I don't know if that's good or bad. It's probably bad. Oh, good thing it went into there. So here's the crystal. It's almost 100% pure, and it's pretty small. So I can either grow it in here, or I can put it in here. I don't really need it. So what it's going to do is this is not going to fill up. What it's going to do is offset this usage right here. So we shouldn't see this move. Not much. You can put a couple of these light wells. I usually use 3 to 4 of them at a time. But yeah, I just wanted to show people that and take a little quick look. As you saw, I did finally catch one of the constellations. This crystal, I don't think this crystal's working for anything. Maybe it has to be the same attunement. I don't know. But it's going to be used for... You know what? This one's definitely going to be used for my automation. So stay tuned for the next episode. I will show in the next episode, I really will show an actual me setting up some automation for, I think we ought to do, I'm going to try and do some in-stone and transmutation. So using this crystal, I should be able to transmutate some blocks, star metal out of iron ore, sandstone into endstone, and it looks like, I mean, pumpkins into cakes, pretty good. I mean, that's a good swap right there. That's a lot of work. Making a cake. I mean, you know, a few steps anyway. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. This is Solis44, and like, subscribe, comment, whatever you need to do. And if you need help on a mod or anything like that, comment down below. And also, you can also reach me on Twitter, at Solis44, same as the name. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. Have a good one. Bye-bye.